and it marked the start of the global Me Too movement. Now, a verdict has been reached in the Harvey Weinstein case. A jury in New York City convicting the 67-year-old movie mogul on 2 of the sexual assault charges against him, acquitting him of 3 others. He is in custody right now. So for the latest, let's cross to our correspondent, Mike Wagenheim, who's at the State Supreme Court building in Lower Manhattan. So the verdict announced just a short while ago. Talk us through what the breakdown is and what it all means.
Good evening, Benita and Kalev. Harvey Weinstein convicted on 2 of the 5 charges against him today. He could only be convicted of a maximum of 2 charges based on the way the verdict sheet was laid out. However, the jury found him not guilty of the 2 most serious charges, which were predatory sexual assault. Those charges could have landed Weinstein in prison for the rest of his life, though he still may be heading there for the rest of his life anyway, depending on sentencing. Weinstein was convicted of a criminal sexual act in the 1st degree, forcing oral sex on a former production assistant by the name of Miriam Haley. Haley alleges that Weinstein raped her weeks later, though that rape charge was never incorporated into the trial. Weinstein was also convicted of 3rd-degree rape of an unidentified accuser who has never come forward publicly with her charges. Weinstein carried on a long-standing consensual relationship with his former actress-turned-hairdresser. However, she accuses him of raping her twice during the course of that relationship. He was convicted of 3rd-degree rape, acquitted of 1st-degree rape against her. 1st-degree rape here in New York involves force or threat of force. 3rd-degree rape involves a simple lack of consent. The 1st-degree sexual criminal act charge carries with it a sentence of 5 to 25 years. 3rd-degree rape, probation to 4 years. Now, he was not convicted of predatory sexual assault, presumably because the jury did not find the testimony of former Sopranos actress Annabella Sciorra credible. Sciorra testified that Weinstein raped her some 30 years ago. The statute of limitations had expired on that charge. However, her testimony was incorporated into the predatory sexual assault charges to establish a pattern of predatory behavior by Weinstein. The charges stuck with Haley and the unidentified accuser, but not with Sciorra, hence the not guilty verdict on the 2 most serious charges against Weinstein. He was immediately remanded into custody, no bail, no going home. He will be sentenced here on March the 11th.
Well, take us through that. There's a sentencing, and then will he then be still remanded during the appeal process? How does that work, Mike?
Almost certainly he'll be remanded during the appeals process because Judge James Burke remanded him into custody today, factoring in the flight risk for a guilty man with Weinstein's resources. The defense immediately said they're going to appeal the case as expected because of a certain testimony that was allowed by the judge, certain witnesses, certain jurors that were allowed to remain in the pool. So we'll have I'm sure, an appeals phase as well. But no, Weinstein will not be going home. I would imagine not during any appeals phase due to the flight risk that he presents, plus the charges still that he has to face out in Los Angeles for criminal sexual assault and rape leading up to the 2013 Oscar Awards.
Right, and these results may not satisfy all, Mike, but the bottom line, Harvey Weinstein tonight is sitting in prison. Mike Wagenheim there in Manhattan. Thank you for that.